Diddy Combs' ongoing sex trafficking trial faced an unexpected pause on June 18, 2025, when Judge Arun Subramanian abruptly canceled the court session due to a sudden health issue involving a juror. The juror's partner had contacted the court to report that the juror was experiencing vertigo, a condition that can cause severe dizziness and disorientation, rendering them unable to attend proceedings. Rather than proceed with only 11 jurors or rush to replace the individual, both the defense and prosecution agreed that adjourning was the fairest course of action, preserving the integrity of a trial already under intense scrutiny and public attention. The trial, already full of explosive revelations, has been inching toward its pivotal moments. Combs faces multiple serious federal charges, including sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transporting individuals across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. He has pleaded not guilty and remains in custody without bail, a decision based in part on the scope of the allegations and the resources he has access to, which the prosecution argues make him a flight risk. Witnesses, including former partners and associates, have painted a disturbing picture of Combs' alleged double life. Among the most damning testimonies was that of Cassie Ventura, Combs' longtime ex-girlfriend, who described years of abuse, including orchestrated sexual encounters with others, often filmed and enabled by heavy drug use. Another woman testified to being forced into freak-offs, multi-day parties involving sex and drugs, under Combs' direction. The prosecution has argued that these activities were not consensual and were instead part of a systemic pattern of exploitation and control, aided by Combs' wealth and power in the entertainment industry. Meanwhile, the defense has attempted to discredit the allegations as sensationalized, arguing that although Combs may have had a troubled personal life, his actions did not rise to the level of federal crimes. They suggest that the relationships were consensual, that any abusive behavior was personal rather than criminal, and that the accusers are motivated by money and the publicity of the case. The defense has kept its witness list relatively short and is expected to wrap up their presentation in under a week. Combs himself is not expected to testify, a strategic decision that legal analysts say helps avoid cross-examination that could link him to other ongoing civil suits, over 60 of which are pending against him. As the trial resumes on June 20th following the Juneteenth holiday, the spotlight will once again focus on Judge Subramanian's next rulings, especially regarding the admissibility of key evidence, such as text messages between Combs' security staff and alleged drug dealers. These messages could serve as crucial links in the prosecution's attempt to establish a coordinated criminal enterprise. With the case moving into its final stages, the outcome hinges on whether the jury finds the witnesses credible and the evidence compelling enough to convict a man who, for decades, stood as a towering figure in music and culture. The sudden halt in proceedings only adds to the drama of what's shaping up to be one of the most watched trials of the decade.